today I am working on building a bow roof shed that I got the plans from Stimson Marine. This is not a paid broadcast. I paid for this myself, and they don't even know I'm doing it. I'm just pretty excited about it. And matter of fact, they're right over here in Maine. I believe up by Bar Harbor in that area. So anyways, here is my second one that I'm working on. My first one, I'm going to twirl you around here, was actually, you can see right here, was actually a 14-footer. But I decided that one's not going to be big enough. So, well, two reasons. Number one, I don't think it's going to be big enough. And number two, both Home Depot and Lowe's have 16-foot 1x3s. So I didn't want to cut 2 feet off of them. I'm paying for it. So I'm going to make it 16 feet. Stimson's Marine shows you how to make it basically everywhere from, I think, like, what was it, 12 foot, 10 foot. You can make it 10 foot wide all the way up to 20 foot wide. And also tall, and you can make it as long as you want. Haha! So I'm going to make one that's 16 wide by 16 tall and probably about 24 feet long. And I'm going to make extra frames, and in the spring I'm going to expand it so I could actually work under it. So let me show you a little bit about how this works and what I had to do. First of all, these were the plans that came in. Came in this nice little envelope. It actually got here in 2 days. Again, I am in Maine. Comes with a book that explains everything, and I mean everything, and plans so you can build it any size you want. So I was pretty excited about that. So the big plans make it a lot easier. I've been using them. So here is the first one I made, and I'm not going to get too much into the details because it's a copywritten plan and I don't want to give it away here. But I'm going to give you an idea of how it goes together. First of all, you got to make your jig, and you can see I have my jigs all numbered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 1, 2 is over there. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is down there. So what you're doing is you're taking the 1x3s, and you can see I've got all my 1x3s lined up right there. And you put them on this jig, and you bend them. And you bend them and you bend them, and right around there is where it starts cracking if you have wood that's not good. As you can see, this wood here, it's just strapping, but there are no knots in the middle. You want to make sure there's no knots because those are the ones that'll crack. Spent 2 hours at Lowe's yesterday, but I got a bunch of them. Now, what I do is in the middle, every 2 feet or so, I get one of these 1x3 blocks, and I put that in the middle, and I screw them in on both sides. So when they're done, I should be able to lift this guy right out of the mold. Let's see, I'm going to give it a shot. Oops. I probably should do it with the camera down. So once it's complete, you just need to pull it, slide it right out of the jig. There we go. And I actually made it too tight over here, that's all. I'm going to go ahead and loosen it up for the next one. But you can see I have the tied up bow right here. And it is a 16-foot bow. Now, just to show you how it works, I'm going to put this over here. Okay, to start out, this is the fun part. You get a 1x3 piece. I'm going to move my chair over. You should get everything out of the way. I'm just showing you, and if we don't have a problem, it'll be fine. But these here, last time went flying right across the room. So, this end goes between here, and you get it wedged in as good as you can. Okay? That gets in there. And then that bends, so I put it in by number 1. It bends around number 2. And you want to go slow. This is kind of like Jack in the Box. You ever had one of those ding, ding, ding? You don't know when it's going to come flying? If it cracks, it'll scare the daylights out of you. There we go. And that's how you get the first one done. Then I simply take my blocks. Let me get my blocks. It's hard to get through. I had to extend this table. It was 11 feet. You can see the midsection. I had to extend it to 14 feet to make these. So, let's see. Then I would take these and I would strategically put these over here so I know where they're going to be. And I actually made arrow marks so I know where each one of them is. Then I would take another 1x3, put it in there, and bend that one. And once that one's bent on, you put 2 screws on both sides, 2 screws on both sides, all the way over, and you're done. So the thing that takes the longest is actually to make the jig. All those pieces of wood, because you got to measure. It's pretty easy though. You get a straight line, and from the middle, you measure how far. Like this one here is about probably 2.5 feet bend, so it's about a 40 degree bend. And depending on the height of the bow, you know, the height of the shelter, okay? So you want to have enough of a arch so the width is the same as the height. Of course, once I get all these things up, there's going to be, you know, the cross pieces, and there's going to be a beam down the middle. So I'll show you that in a later video, because it's probably going to take me a few weeks to get to that point. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.